go. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special New Earth Teachings webcast, where we'll be doing Empathic Interfacing live today. So I usually do this around every month or so, and it's just very great to be back. I was just in Hawaii a few days ago, and just getting back into the groove of things. So it's good to once again be live with everybody here today. An announcement is that the New Earth Teachings webcast is going to be happening every Saturday now, from now on, right at 11 a.m. Pacific, so same time as today. So every Saturday, you can join me on New Earth Teachings webcast here on my YouTube channel. And next week, we'll have more healing requests and Q&A with myself and with Adronis as well, too. So that'll be next week. But this week, here today, we're going to be bringing in Athena here very shortly. And Athena is going to be sharing any perspectives that she wishes to share through her being part of the Delphi Inner Earth Civilization. So we'll be getting in contact with her, and of course, we'll be doing it together. So you guys will be connecting to her at the same time that I'm connecting with her. Now, it's quite common that those who do connect with her can actually ask her questions and actually receive answers, and some people may actually be able to put that up on the chat as well too, and that's great. If not, you guys can always share questions through me, and then I can connect it with Athena, and then of course we'll have questions there as well. But she does like to talk about her culture. She does like to talk about current events. She does like to talk about what is happening kind of behind the scenes. So we'll be getting into all of that here very, very shortly. And then, of course, I will be bringing in RaYaR near the end of today's broadcast, and she will be bringing in a light language transmission for everybody as well, too. Okay. So, hello, everybody. A lot of wonderful people here from all over the world. Had people here from Nepal, Iraq, Alaska, Malaysia, New York, New England, Sweden, Hawaii. Yeah, I was just in Hawaii. I was in Kauai. For a week. It was wonderful, beautiful paradise. Kentucky, fellow Canadian, welcome. Calgary, excellent. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to make a couple of announcements, as I usually do, and then we're going to be getting started into today's event. So, first announcement is, of course, the Spirit Ambassador Classroom, patreon.com/newearthteachings. So again, there is still open availability for students who want to enroll in the Spirit Ambassador Classroom. We have a really amazing community in as part of the class. I have quite a lot of students right now, I think about 60 or so. And so we are doing this incredible work. People are learning how to connect directly with spirit. They are learning how to develop themselves as a spirit vessel. They're learning how to develop instantaneous forms of healing, working with spirit energy and spirit commanding, working with pendulums as well too. There's a whole bunch of information that is shared here in the class. And a lot of what I've shared in the class through the Spirit Ambassador Classroom is not up on YouTube. Okay, it's very, very deep. It's much more advanced. There are some things that are common, but we definitely go very, very deeply into it. So again, if you are interested in becoming a Spirit Ambassador, then what we have to do is just go to patreon.com/newearthteachings, and you can sign up for the Spirit Ambassador Classroom. It is hosted through Patreon, and it's $50 per month. And there's also a second membership, which is called the Open Q&A membership, where you can tune in every Sunday. I bring in Adronis, and I've also do healing requests as well, too. And it's very much like the personal private sessions, just in a group format. And, of course, you can ask any questions that you like to Adronis, and, of course, receiving distance healing as well, too. So, again, feel free to go to patreon.com/newearthteachings to enroll as a Spirit Ambassador. And next announcement is the Healing Code cards. So they are now available. HealingCodeCards.com. Now, some news here is that the Healing Code cards are now up on Amazon.ca. Okay, they are up on Amazon Canada. So if you are watching this and you're Canadian, just go to Amazon.ca in the search bar. Type in Healing Code cards, and you'll find them. Now, again, don't be discouraged for those of you who are not Canadian. The cards are coming to Amazon.com, the U.S. site. They should be up here in about a week or week and a half. I'm just basically opening up an account for the U.S. Through Amazon, and then I'm going to start sending cards to Amazon.com. And it just takes a few days for them to receive it, to prep them, to put them in the fulfillment centers appropriately, and then there will be healing code cards available. So they will be available in the USA healing code cards on Amazon within about the next week and a week and a half. I will be making an announcement when that happens. So I would say just stay tuned to my Facebook. You just go to facebook.com/New Earth Teachings and you can stay tuned there. Or of course you can go to facebook.com/Healing Code Cards. That is the Facebook page. Or just stay tuned to healingcodecards.com, because as soon as that's ready, then that will be up on the website as well too. I'm currently still fulfilling a lot of orders since early January. There's well over 400 orders that have come forward through the cards, and just because I've gotten back from Hawaii, I'm just catching up on things as well too. So I know there's a lot of people that are just kind of antsy that really want to get their healing code cards. I understand that. It's a big list of people, so I'm doing what I can to personally fulfill these orders. I'm about halfway through them right now. So again, I just ask for your guys' patience. For those of you who have ordered the healing code cards off me through healingcodecards.com, I do guarantee that the healing code cards orders through healingcodecards.com will be fulfilled by early March. Okay? So everybody will have their cards sent out by early March at the latest. Okay? So moving on. And of course, we have the Wonder World Vacations, a cosmic tour to Stonehenge, and the Pleiades. So again, this is happening in July, between July 18th and July 26th. So like I said, this is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. We are going to be working with Stonehenge. We're going to be cleansing out the portal that exists within Stonehenge. We are also going to work to cultivate put an intention out to cultivate a crop circle that will be noticeable through our group as well too. We are also going to see if we can make physical contact with a Pleiadian. Okay, so if it's either a physical Pleiadian being or a physical sighting in any particular way, that is our intention, to come together as a group and put an intention out to connect with Pleiadians. Okay, so that is something that has never been done before. And we're going to see if we actually can establish a type of first contact when we go into Stonehenge here. We're also going to be going to Avebury. We'll be looking into the history of King Arthur, the history of Merlin, the history of Avalon. We're going to be looking into ley lines, St. Michael's ley line that's there. We're going to be looking into where an ancient dragon has fallen. We're going to be tapping into that. We're going to be tapping into the inner earth. We're going to be tapping into the fairy kingdoms. It is going to be a monumental adventure, guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you guys want a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, this is it, right? And it's not just about what I'm guiding you guys to look at. It's also about what you feel and what you're experiencing and what you can share as well, too. And, of course, this is a Spirit Ambassador certification workshop as well, too. You will learn how to become a Spirit Ambassador as you go throughout this tour, and it will be based on certification as well. So, again, this is something that is just massively exciting. I've always wanted to go to Stonehenge ever since I was a little kid, and now this dream is coming to life. So again, I want many of you to come and join me. We still got a few spots left. I believe we have over 20 people right now for the Cosmic Tour to Stonehenge, so it has really blown up. I'm really amazed. We've already gotten more people now than we did in South Africa. So again, this is really going to be a once-in-a-lifetime transformative experience, as we're going to really be peeling away the veils and seeing a lot of the true nature of reality that exists behind what we refer to as physical reality. So again, we're going to be doing a lot of incredible activities and exploration and tour through the Cosmic Tour to Stonehenge and the Pleiades. So again, come and join me. If you have July 18th to July 26th off, you have that time available. Make this part of your plans, okay? So go to wonderworld.vacations. As you go to wonderworld.vacations, you'll see the image there, like what you see here. And just click on Cosmic Tour to Stonehenge, and you'll see all the lodging information and all travel information as well, too, pertaining to that. And Max is the event coordinator of Cosmic Tour to Stonehenge. It's his website, wonderworld.vacations, and he'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have, okay? So, you want a super adventure? Here it is. Come and join me. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And Karen, thank you very much for your donation. I really appreciate that. I never really want to ask you guys for donations. If you guys want to donate, that's entirely up to you. I just do what I do for the sake of doing it, right? Because I love what I do. But as I've talked about in the past, if people do offer donations, it's usually when I'm doing the usual webcasts, like when I'm doing the questions or the distant healing as well too. Some people will donate, and they'll be, of course, first in line if they have questions or healing requests. But today, like I said, we're doing the empathic interfacing with Athena. And so again, Karen, thank you for that donation. I really appreciate that. So if this is your first time either attending a live empathic interfacing, or if you've done it before, then you know that I have a poster here of Athena on the cover. So to your right, you see Athena of the Delphi Inner Earth Civilization. This, of course, is a rendition. I actually haven't gone down to Inner Earth and taken a snapshot of her with my phone. No, this is just a rendition shot, and this is a very close appearance to what Athena actually looks like. Just her eyebrows are a little bit more whiter, less dark. But basically, it's kind of like a pinkish, reddish eyes, very much albino-like. All right, so very, very white skin, very white, kind of white blondish hair as well too. Very, very beautiful, lovely woman as well too. But for those of you who do want to connect with Athena, you can use this rendition image of her as you connect with her, and you can establish an empathic interfacing connection with her, and you can communicate with her at the same time that I am going to be connecting with her as well too. All right, so I just want to share this image with you guys for those of you who want to join along with me to connect through empathic interfacing with her. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So like I've talked about, when we're doing empathic interfacing, we have what's known as the 3 tiers, or the 3 levels. Okay, so the first level is basically working in harmonizing your personal love energy. Okay, second level is you're coming more so to like the universal love energy. Third level is that you're coming into like the God creator love energy, and you're bringing that into yourself. And Athena is following you as you're raising yourself up the bar as well too. Okay, and this is very common practice relating to channeling. Okay, so when you guys are even channeling, I recommend that you're doing the 3 tiers or the 3 platforms as well too. It's very important that you are testing your entities. If you are connecting with another entity who feels like they want to interface with you, connect with you, channel with you in that way, that's fine. But you also want to make sure that you're testing them. You want to make sure that they are moving up into the highest levels of love that you can possibly move into, and that they are associating together with that love energy. Okay, that's how you know you're working with a very powerful, very loving, very compassionate energy. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that firstly, and then we'll be bringing in Athena, and Athena will just share whatever she wants to share with me, and we'll be bringing that through. So first step is just getting ourselves into a grounded state. So you guys have seen me do this before in previous live webcasts. Okay, so we're just going to bring our feet firmly upon the ground. Make sure your legs are not crossed, and we're now just going to tune in and connect directly to the earth and working to ground ourselves. So we can place our hands upon the center of our chest here. And with our feet firmly placed upon the ground, we're just going to imagine that we are going to start bringing in roots. But the first thing I want to do before that is we're just going to start taking some deep breaths in. Okay, so inhale, exhale, and again, inhale, exhale, and once again, inhale and exhale. And just relaxing and breathing normally. And now bringing your focus and awareness down to the bottom of your feet, feeling the bottom of your feet opening up, and feeling etheric roots going deeply into the earth, deeply into the ground, and just feeling this very soft, loving, brown energy coming up from the earth, now entering through the roots, coming into your feet, coming up into your ankles, moving up to your knees, and connecting directly into the base of the spine. And of course, we are just going to move and circulate this brown energy around the chakra centers, not within them, but just around them. Okay, so just moving that brown energy around the root chakra of red, moving it up around the navel chakra of orange, moving it up around the solar plexus chakra of yellow, moving up and around the heart chakra of green, or the thymus gland, moving up to the throat chakra of aquamarine, specifically the thyroid gland, moving up to the third eye chakra of deep ocean blue, and moving up into the crown chakra, colored violet or ultraviolet. Okay, so now I want you to take a deep breath in, traveling that breath all the way up to the top of your head. Exhale, and as you exhale, just feeling the crown chakra opening up like an unfolding fan, feeling that rainbow energy coming out through the body, up the top of the head, cascading itself down the body, moving itself all the way down to the bottom of the feet, and connecting directly to the perineum located in between the genitals. And now I just want you to focus on this toroidal field, on your energy field. And if you want to see it in rainbow light, you can. If you can't see it in rainbow light, that's okay. Just want you to feel the rotation in a counterclockwise direction, very soft, very subtle, relating to your energy field, your toroidal field. And you're just slowly starting to feel it spin in this counterclockwise direction. As you start to feel it spinning, you are now fully anchored and connected deeply into the earth and are now ready to receive spiritual energy. Okay. So next step is that we are now going to connect to Athena. So again, I'll put the image up one more time if you guys want to take another look at her, of Athena here. So again, you are connecting with her. Now, how I connect with her is that I see her in kind of like a white space, a realm of white light. And I see her kind of sitting cross-legged in the center of this space, and I'm connecting with her energy in that way. Now, when you guys connect with her, you may see it in different ways. You may see her in a chamber. You may see her outside or something in that nature. That's completely fine as well too. This is just how I perceive her in that way. Okay, so we're always going to have different perspectives about how we connect to a certain being. So with that image of Athena in your mind now, we will go ahead and connect with her now. So let's close our eyes. And again, we can place our hands upon the center of our chest. And taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And this time, I want you to imagine the country of Greece, okay? And I want you just to imagine like you're seeing Greece, almost like on Google Maps in that way, okay? And I want you to zoom in, and you're zooming into the Delphi, or as the Greek refer to it as Delphi, okay? Delphi, either way is fine. Doesn't matter to me, okay? So we're zooming in, and we're going right into Delphi, Greece. Okay, we're going right underneath, going very deeply into the earth, right past the aspect of the surface level. And we're going deeply, and it's almost like it's taking you into another dimension. It's like you're seeing a portal as you're going into the earth within Delphi, Greece. Okay? And now you are going through this portal, and now you are able to see Athena. Okay? However she presents herself to you is based upon what you are able to perceive. Okay? So as I'm going into this portal right now, I go into this realm of white light, and I see Athena here in the center. Okay? So now that we are doing that, we're now going to connect with Athena's energy. And we're going to start off by working with our personal love energy. Okay? So it's very much like what I've talked about in the newest video about the TC technique, right? Where you're basically seeing like a fuel gauge of love and you're putting it up to full, okay? We want to create that impression every single tier that we use, okay? So is it up to full? Is it up to full? Is it up to full? Okay? So now with our personal love energy, just representing your love energy, how you feel about your love, we're just thinking of a very, very happy thought, very, very happy feeling, and we're putting our love energy up into that full capacity. And now I ask to Athena, Athena, I am now within the full level of my personal love. Will you join me in this feeling? And she's nodding her head. Yes. Okay. So that is the first tier. So now we're moving up into the second tier, which relates to universal love. Okay. You could also look at it as Christed love as well, too. That's fine as well. Okay, so universal love. I just want you to imagine right now that you're going through the cosmos. You're exploring the cosmos. You're connecting with the stars. You're connecting with the planets. You're connecting with the galaxy. And you just feel this absolute peace, this absolute joy. As you look at your hands, and now they're made out of stars. As you look at your organs, and they are now galaxies. As you look at your entire body, and it is a cosmic body. And I want you just to feel that beautiful love, that beautiful joy of knowing that you are made out of starlight, that you are made out of stars, that your galaxies are your organs, and that everything within the universe represents your cosmic body. And I want you just to feel that right now, and just feel that joy, that splendor, that peace. For you are truly capable of being everywhere at once in this state. And we're just bringing that up to full. And you can smile, you can laugh, you can chuckle. That certainly helps as well too, with bringing yourself into full alignment here. So then I asked to Athena again, Athena, I am now one with the universal love energy. Will you join me within this state? And she says yes. Okay, and she's moving into this universal consciousness herself. Okay, and now we're going to move up into the third tier. This represents God Creator consciousness. Okay, so now we are going to look at the universe, and we are seeing everything being manifested together out of love. That the happiest thoughts, the happiest feelings are creating universes within themselves. They are creating the stars, they are creating the planets, they are creating the galaxies. And it is all birthed through this amazing feeling of love, of connecting through all the different dimensions, interweaving together like fabric, and feeling yourself in pure creator form, feeling yourself at one together with the Heavenly Parent, and creating as the Heavenly Parent creates. Feeling your heaven, feeling the ultimate joy within yourself, the ultimate bliss that is so powerful, it creates universes. And so I just want you to feel yourself connecting into the highest states, the highest love. Again, feeling that needle going all the way up into full capacity on God Creator level. And I asked Athena once again, Athena, I am now completely within the God Creator level of love. Will you join me within this state? Yes, she is there. It's almost like she's holding my hand right now, letting me know that she is there with me. All right. Very good. So let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now, if you have already done this alongside me and you're connecting together with Athena, you are now in that sense able to receive her transmission. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to open up our heart. Okay, the heart is going to open up like a door. And you're going to feel a tether coming out through the heart and connecting directly to Athena's heart. Okay, so it's like you're looking at Athena, you're looking at her heart, and you're seeing her heart open up like a door. Her tether is coming out, and now you are linking tethers together between yourself and between Athena. Okay, and I am doing that now with her. All right, and I'm again greetings to Athena. Thank you so much for being here once again. And is there any information, Athena, that you would like to share together with others today? She says the Earth is going through a very strong state of culmination in that way right now. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now upon the Earth that she has personally felt. There have been times where she's actually had to have a bit of a rest period because the energies upon the Earth right now are getting very, very intense. There's a lot of doors opening. There's a lot of cosmic gateways opening. She says there's a lot of you that have received the call upon the surface to where you are bringing in the new world upon this world, where you are anchoring in the new dimension to come together. And this has become so incredibly powerful that there are new cities, there are new dimensions, new platforms that are actually waking up from these other dimensional Earths, and they are tethering and linking and anchoring themselves directly upon the Earth plane. So you would understand as many different ancient cities that are part of your past, to which many of you have conceived as legend, are now starting to resurface, are now starting to open themselves up. Many of you can also look into the idea of ancient prophecies that are therefore coming forward. The aspects of an horrifying disease, like what you would term as the coronavirus, has been perceived through prophecy through your ancient times. These are all signs of letting you know that a great shift is underway, that your Earth is going to go through a phenomenal change, and that she is preparing herself for a greater state of upliftment. This is going through a greater state of, I guess the best way to put it is transportation. Transportation through the dimensions. Because as these anchoring points come together, it is creating a buffering effect, in the best way that she can put it. And as this buffering effect is happening, the Earth is going to vibrate on a very much higher resonance scale. Now, this is going to lead to much more of an intense transitional period. But again, it's very, very important that each of you remain into what you anchor, remain into what you bring upon this world. Your love, your joy, your compassion, your hearts, anchor that directly to the Earth's core. Take your love and help her to uplift herself, because everything that you're going through right now that pertains to conflict and corruption is on the way out. We would suggest that especially during these next couple of years, that you are spending more time putting your hands upon the earth, going into her, feeling her soil, feeling the grass, feeling the trees, feeling the wilderness, and feeling the animals around you, and going even deeper and feeling her heart beat at the center of her core, the center of her being, and link all of that love energy that you have for the earth, link all of that energy of the pure love that you have just demonstrated through the tear connection to connect with me. And as you do this, all that represents your dimensionality, all that represents your domains of higher loving frequency, will start to integrate itself appropriately into the earth. So the earth is now getting, as you would say, a large jumping start relating to a boost, a shifting, a great anchoring upon the planet. Many of you have been called into action, and many of you are answering the call, and we are very happy to hear this. There are those of you who are going to be guided to go to certain territories, as she calls it, territories, in that other way, looking at sites and helping to anchor in the energy. Many of you will do this with crystals. Some of you will do it through other forms of rituals, but many of you will also just do it purely through your hearts. Remember the power of the circle. Okay, and this is what she's saying as well too, is drawing out a circle to the ancient site that you are visiting, to the territory. As you work with the circle is what is going to circulate all the energies that you put together through the states of intention. The circle is the most basic form, and it is the most powerful form. As you work together in these territories to usher in and anchor in these higher loving energies. And as this happens, you will notice that there will be an upliftment of veils, of these veils coming down, and of these new territories, these new domains showing themselves. Many of you may start to see ancient cities rising in other dimensions. Some of you may see cities of the future rising in these other dimensions, but tethered together here upon this earth. This is part of what you would call kingdoms, new cities, new territories, new domains that are linking themselves and creating a stability with the earth, helping her to move into greater states of upliftment. Many of you are receiving this call. We ask you, please do not ignore these calls. It has nothing to do with your sense of sanity. It is letting you know that you are being called in because there is a unique energy within yourself. Your love is bright, and that bright love needs to be anchored into the territories that you visit, so that Earth herself can now start to anchor herself upwards, can now start to move through this transportation of moving from one dimension to another. All of the anchors must be put into place. And this is the idea of a greater support with the Earth. We of the Delphi civilization are also anchoring where we exist, putting a great deal of love energy, for we too work with crystals. Crystals that are embedded deeply within the earth, many of them which are, as you would say, many meters in height. Some of them can actually be kilometers in length as well. But these are crystals, again, that we work with together, and they assist in the idea of manifesting our reality together holographically. It does work with the nature of crystals. And so Athena is letting me know that she's working with these crystal energies. I'm seeing her kind of like putting her hands upon the crystal. And normally you don't want to do that, but again, if it's okay for the crystal for you to do that, you can place your hands upon the crystal and you're interfacing together with the crystal, and the crystal will actually give you specific instructions about what you need to do to empower that crystal. And as you empower one crystal that's together with all these other, I would call them colossal crystals, these colossal crystals also receive it reciprocally. And so there's just this matrix of these incredible colossal crystals that exist within the inner earth, to what Athena is telling me that she's been able to interface with and connect with as well too. And she's putting a lot of her love energy, a lot of her intent into it. And a lot of her people as well too are doing this. It's very much a cleansing time in that sense. They're actually doing a lot more purification techniques with themselves. And she's nodding her head saying this is very, very important right now, that we are doing purification and we're doing it on, as you would say, a daily basis. And a lot of this purification is moving into this, it's almost like a love cocoon. It's like they put themselves into these fields that are just radiating this pure love energy, and they are maintaining that frequency as well too. And it's broadcasting and it's expanding, and it's going even beyond their realm, their domain as well too. And it's like they're just putting this gigantic cocoon of their love around the earth. And what she's saying is that when humans themselves start to do this, going into a state of meditation, going through the 3 tiers, the 3 platforms, like we did to start off this transmission, and they put their cocoon, their bubble, around the earth as well too. When we have that in the many millions, there is going to be all of these particular forms of anchorings taking place, where you will start to witness other domains, other transitings of dimensional earths, dimensional territories, as she puts it, coming in together into your reality, and you're noticing this. There's one person that I met in Hawaii, and she is a healer as well too. And she was telling me about a city coming out of the water when she was doing a lot of her healing work, her anchoring work as well too. And she was able to see like this golden city coming right out of the water and actually just kind of hovering within the sky. And I've heard a lot of other people who have said similar things as well too, that when they're doing a lot of their energy practice, they're doing a lot of their anchoring work, they are now noticing that they're seeing other cities, they're seeing other domains, other realities that are anchoring together in this reality as well too. So again, there's a lot going on right now. So Athena is basically just reminding a time of purification. Okay, so this is what she's saying with her society, with her culture, is that they are working together in doing a great deal of purification practice. So they are working with the earth. They are actually, again, as I've stated before, with Athena, connecting with other inner earth civilizations. They're also connecting with certain ET civilizations as well, too. There's a lot of help being brought upon the earth right now, not just through us. I mean, we're the ones mainly that have to do a lot of the work, but there's a lot of work being done underground within the earth through the Delphi and many other civilizations internally. And there's also a lot of work being done extraterrestrially, or I would say starbound, with other nations that are coming through and anchoring their thoughts and their intentions and putting that upon the earth. The earth is getting so incredibly charged up right now. It's like a light bulb. It's like a light bulb that has gone off and it's just flashing this, or I wouldn't say flashing, but just radiating this incredible light. And that's why everything is coming together so quickly. Everything is happening so fast. There is so much charge on this planet that the aspect of change is monumental. So again, this is why we're experiencing all these things that are happening, all the idea of these, old elitist plans of the coronavirus. And there's even people talking about seas turning to blood. There was one incident in Kazakhstan. I'm not too sure if the article is authentic or not, but nonetheless, there's been many reports, again, going back into like ancient biblical prophecies about seas turning into blood in that way. And these, again, represent manifestation practices, signs in that way, something that has been left behind by ancient prophets, ancient scribes, ancient manifestation sages in that way, and that you can actually do this. It's like the ancient magic is coming back. The ancient prophecies, the ancient manifestations of those times are coming back, and just letting you know there are times happening. I mean, even looking at our moon cycles as well, too. We have had so many unique moon cycles We've had blood moons, we've had blue moons, we've had super moons, we've had all these different types of alignments. These are all signs as well too. It's letting you know that there's a great upliftment and that they basically operate in forms of bands. So when we're looking at a blood red moon in that way, we're getting a lot of the dense energies coming out of the earth, out of ourselves, out of nature. All of that is coming together. It's energy. It does not always have to relate to the idea of some type of chaos, but it's a purging cycle, right? When the moon starts to change and goes through these super cycles, there's a lot of different orientations of upliftment that are happening, of purging, of releasing that's happening. And of course, we see it manifest in the collective consciousness. So again, this is really what Athena wants to share today, is the importance of purification from what I'm getting with her. And again, everybody anchoring in, doing their parts as well too. She's also saying it's very important to work with the mountain ranges. Okay, so basically going into the mountains as well too, because these are the natural formations of the pyramids. These are pyramid formations naturally. And when you start working together and rooting yourself together with the mountain and start purging a lot of the dense energy contained within these mountain ranges, this is what's going to assist on a greater level in that way. So there will be some of us who will connect to the mountains. Like I said, just in last summer, I was connecting with Mount Shasta with my group, and we were able to do a vast amount of healing with that mountain itself. There was a lot of debris contained inside that mountain, and we just scrubbed it clean right to its core. And I'm going to do the same with Stonehenge when I go there in July with other people as well too. So working with the mountain ranges, working with certain territories, as Athena puts it, putting all of that loving anchor energy in that sense, this is what we need now more than ever, right? We need to really know when we are getting the call from Spirit, right? We will get that call in some way. And there are many people who have emailed me and said, oh, Brad, I think I'm getting this call, but I don't know if I'm going crazy. I don't know if I'm just losing it or what's going on. And I said, no, you got to follow it. You got to follow where this call is. This is not something that's coming to you deliberately, right? It's not something that you are creating through thought. It's something that's manifesting there altogether. So make sure that when you receive these messages, when you are being told, you have to go here, you have to do this, you want to clean out this space, because this is your responsibility, because you have the you have magnetic energy in alignment together with this space that you're being guided to clear it. Don't worry about how you're going to clear it. You're going to get guidance as soon as that happens. I know when I've cleared spaces before, I've always gotten the appropriate guidance to know exactly what to do. And it just becomes very, very natural to you. So if you know you are getting the call, make sure you're answering that call. Okay, it's very, very important. I got another contribution here from Eduardo Duran. Thank you very much. Brad, I wrote a book about the real history of the world based on your material. The book is published on Amazon under the name Playing with Forms. Thank you so much. Can I mention you on the book? Oh, I guess you already have, so thank you very much, Eduardo. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check out your book on Amazon. So thank you very much for sharing that. And thank you for your contribution. Sounds very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very good. So I want to get to questions now, guys. So I'm going to kind of move up the chat here and kind of work my way down with any questions that you guys may have for myself or for Athena. Okay. Yeah, here's one from Avishai Lavi. It's not really a question, but love will win, fear will not. Love fear, then it will never win. Of course, that's the idea, right? Okay, just scrolling down the list here. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, here's one from Jess. Question, Athena. Other than visualization techniques to focus on increasing white blood cells in my body, what healing insight or guidance do you have for autoimmune and chronic fatigue? Okay, so she's trying to translate how we basically look at the idea of our bodies, because they have different translations for that in that way. So for autoimmune, chronic fatigue in that way, she says just a lot of nature therapy. That's kind of what she's saying. Nature therapy. Be around the trees, be around the forest, go into the trees, go into the forest. Find a tree within your space. Go to a place where you feel very, very well connected to the forests. If you have forests, if you have parks, find a tree or find a group of trees and go to them and pledge your case for healing towards them. They will assist you. You want to engulf yourself into as much natural, loving energy from nature as possible. Okay, so this is what she's saying. She may not understand too much about what you're saying about autoimmune and chronic fatigue. She can't really make sense of that. But she's basically talking about just going into nature and just kind of connecting with certain trees that can help you. She said trees are, as you would say, your natural pharmacy. Okay, she says when you go into nature, when you go into the forests, this is your natural pharmacy. This is where beings come to heal. And so you want to find a tree that you feel very connected with, or a group of trees that you feel very much in tune with, and just place your hands upon them, kind of like how you're doing with permissions in that way, and just plead for the assistance for them to help you. Okay, so they are here to help. They're here to assist. They can adjust their frequency and helping you in regards to any areas within your body that require that. She says all it really is just is debris, is filth within the body. Body is very, very toxic. It needs to be released. Trees are very, very well known for clearing out those toxins. Okay. She says there's also certain forms of herbal formulas you can take as well too. It doesn't really translate though. She can't really translate too much about what she's doing here because I'm basically just getting feelings, thoughts in that particular way. There's a feeling of kind of like using sage or using lavender, basically using different types of herbal concoctions as well too. But she says work with nature. Nature is the answer. Okay, nature is the answer. It's very important that you're working with the trees. Take your shoes off. Take your socks off. Don't have anything on your feet when you're connecting with trees. Even if it's raining out, even if it's a wet day, does not matter. Let nothing obstruct your feet. So when you're sitting down by a tree, whether you're just kind of having your back to the tree and your knees up and your feet are on the ground, that's fine. If you want to sit cross-legged with the tree, take your shoes off. Don't have anything on your feet at all. She says if you can, try and go through the forest barefooted. Try to walk through the forest as well too. Another thing she suggests is try to walk through a forest with as little clothing as possible. Okay, clothing, especially the clothing that we have, obstructs a lot of those frequencies. She's not saying you have to walk through the forest naked, but what you're doing is you're just trying to get a lot more skin contact, a lot of skin contact with the forests, with the trees, with the grass. She says, so if it's a nice warm day, or even if you can stand a little bit of cool weather, just try and wear as little clothing as possible and go out into the forest and connect and tell the trees what you need, all right? Plead your case to them and just sit with them. Devote time to be there on a daily basis, okay? So if you can spend, for example, an hour or two out in the forest and sitting with the trees with as little clothing as possible and just pleading your case to the trees, asking for healing, they will help you. Not only will that tree help you, other trees will be aware of your presence and they'll start sending energy as well too. And you're just basically, it's what the Japanese refer to quite often as forest bathing, right? And you're going out into nature and you're just receiving this bathing of energy. And you're going out there on a daily basis until you start feeling a lot better, okay? This is what animals will do when they're injured. When they're injured, they will go and they will find a certain spot in nature where they will simply remain. And they can be there days or even weeks. And nature has completely repaired their wounds, completely repaired their injuries. Humans need to do the same. You belong in the forests. You belong in nature. You do not belong in these concrete jungles. So you want to try and take a trip. If you're in the middle of a big city, you want to find a nice forest, maybe in the outer areas or the outskirts of it, and spend some time there. Okay, so try to get some nature in you. Like I said, you can work with herbal concoctions, but due to translation, they have different names for these different types of concoctions. And I'm not really a herbalist, but one kind of feels like sage, another kind of feels like lavender or thyme in that sense. Just recognizing from what she's showing me here. But that would be the recommendation that she gives in an easy form of translation. Work with the trees, work with nature, connect with it, go out there daily, little clothing as possible. Okay? So Jess, that's what she has to share with you. All right, thank you very much. Okay. Here's one from Jonas. Jonas asks, can you ask her, how can we create a paradise like it is where they live here on Earth? She says you're moving into that direction. She says you don't have to try and create that. You are creating it. But what you're going through right now needs to take its course. You have to see it as a virus that's going through the body that is nearing defeat. You may not still be very well within your body. You have to go through this transitional cycle for your body to fully recover. This is exactly what's happening with the Earth right now. Much of the parasites, much of the viruses are being attacked right now, but they're putting up a fight, and this is part of the transitional effect that's taking place. Once the virus passes, you will now start to move more so into a prosperous Earth that is very much like where we are living, because we are living on your Earth. We are not far away from your Earth. We're underground. We're in the Earth. We're in another dimension, but we are here. Our Earth is your Earth. So this virus, this parasite that we are going through on a collective level needs to be defeated. And that is exactly what's happening right now. We're going through this transitional process, and we're seeing these large pillars crumbling away. So she's saying you do not need to create this paradise. It is already being created. And what you're doing right now is the stepping stones, the process needed to create such a paradise. All of this has to fall. Do you expect to create a paradise with all of these current systems within it? It would not be possible. These systems have to collapse. All of this debris, these viruses, need to be destroyed. They need to be purged out of the human collective consciousness so that you can move in the direction of creating a paradise that you prefer. So you're on the path right now. It's not that people are completely oblivious to the idea of a paradise on their planet. People are very aware of this, and they are creating that. But in order for that to happen, much of this has to fall. This cannot remain. Everything that you have within society right now cannot remain. It needs to be dismantled. It needs to fall apart so that new forms can be developed. New associations together can be formed. New relationships can be formed. An orchestration of the new will come together. And that is going to be the very paradise that you are seeking. But it will continue to evolve throughout the ages. Okay, so that's kind of in mix of what she's sharing together with me about that. It's already happening. We're already creating this paradise. But again, we have to get all of this debris out of the way first. And that's the transitional cycle that we're moving through right now. Okay, so thank you very much, Jonas, for your question. Karen says, I got high-pitched ears. I assume when you're connecting to Athena. Yes, absolutely, that can happen. That's, again, that can be a sign of telepathy. When you're getting high-pitched ears and you're feeling a transmission come through, that is a deeper level of telepathy that can come in. So if that's the case, great work. Excellent. Okay, moving down the list a little bit more. So again, some people are talking about clicking in the ears, tones in the ears. Again, guys, I can't say for certain, what you're going through, because some of this can be the idea of clearing out toxins within the body. Some of this has to do with the idea of detoxifying the pineal gland. Some of it has to do with shifting magnetic fields within your aura. Some of it can also be viral related as well, too. It all depends, right? We have to kind of really check in with yourself, because there's many different times where people have come to me, oh, Brad, I get ringing in the ears, or I get clicking in the ears. In that sense, what's going on? And I said, I can't always give you an answer. I'm only giving you the idea of possibilities. But as I tune into that person, I feel like a lot of this is actually detoxification effects. A lot is actually being worked on within your body so that you can actually have clearer transmissions. So it can be the idea of moving into polarized magnetic fields. It can be the idea that there may be some viruses or bacteria contained in it, or calcification within the body as well too, and there's attunements going on. There can be changes in pressure as well too. There's many different things, but nonetheless, detoxify yourself, right? Clean yourself out, decalcify your pineal gland, work with cleaning out any particular forms of viruses within your body. The healing code cards help really, really wonderful with this, with the brain enhancer, with the spine enhancer as well too, just for example. So like I said, just do your own healing work. Connect with spirit. Remember, I've talked to you guys about your entourage, right? You bring your entourage in. You help them. You get them to work together with you and helping to clear out your body as well, too. Remember, you guys are using the BCR technique. You guys are using the TC technique, okay? Those two techniques just by themselves will make profound differences from yourselves. Again, the only reason our bodies are really impaired is because of emotional conflicts. Okay, emotional debris, emotional heaviness. the aspects of our belief systems, right? Everything from the emotional body and the mental body trickles down together into the physical body, and that is how we get disruptions. It is all just blocked, stagnant energy. So the more that you are actually able to clear this out by working with the BCR technique, moving your love vibration, your love energy into very high levels, then starting to do trigger clearing. Trigger comes up, you start clearing it out just exactly as I talked about in the video. If you guys have not seen that video yet, go look at the TC technique, okay? It's very, very powerful. I received this download when I was in Kauai. And I've done it, and it's extremely powerful. There's triggers I didn't think I had, and I noticed them. I became aware of them and cleared them out, and I felt right as rain, right? So make sure you guys are doing this as well too, okay? Those are the two most important videos on my channel, the BCR technique and the TC technique. If you watch any of my videos, please watch those two, okay? If that's the only two videos you watch, just watch those two videos, okay? That is extremely important. Cannot emphasize this enough. You guys are getting free healing. Okay, and this is teaching you how to develop it yourself, and you can do it on a daily basis. You start taking these triggers away from yourself, you feel rejuvenated, you feel revitalized, your body starts getting healthy a lot more, your mind starts to feel a lot more clearer. And that's the only reason why we have what we have. It is nothing more than emotional, mental debris, stagnancy, blockages contained within our body that is giving us all of these effects. It's all it comes down to. That's the true science. If you want to know how to completely clear out your body, detoxify your emotional and mental body. It's all you have to do. Okay? Yes, keep eating. Yes, keep exercising. That's great. But the real healing comes from the subtle bodies. Okay, you do subtle body healing. That's what's going to clear it all out. Okay, Lori says here, I've heard that the idea of an event or solar flash is only a rumor planted by the cabal to attempt to hijack ascension. Do you see such an event happening? What is true in this regard? Well, Adronis has talked about this as well too. Athena's agreed with this as well too. It's a sequences of events that are taking place. Now, again, I do not see a solar flash. Okay, and I've talked about this before in the past. There's a lot of build-up for people who feel that there was a solar flash coming, and I was kind of, okay, maybe this is possible without actually being able to look into it a lot deeper. But when I did look into it a lot deeper, I've not seen in any particular timelines that are ahead for us, at least in the momentum, relating to a solar flash. There's going to be solar activity. There's going to be CMEs, of course, but not the idea where the sun is like inverting itself and a corona blast happens. I mean, if that happened and that hit our Earth, we wouldn't be here. Simple as that. And that is not what's happening. So, no, there's going to be intensifying CMEs. There's going to be solar activity that's taking place. But again, it's all coordinated. You guys have to see everything that's happening right now as a symphony, right? It's not something that's just happening at random. It's not randomized chaos in any particular way. Everything that's happening right now is all part of a cyclic symphony. Okay, the Earth knows exactly what she's doing. The sun knows exactly what he's doing. The planets here together in our solar system know exactly what they're doing. Okay, many of our helpers behind the scenes know exactly what they're doing. Loving energies in unseen dimensions know exactly what they're doing. Okay, this is all part of a symphony. This is something that has been prophesied. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go look at John Van Alken. Okay, go look at his pyramid timeline research, because it connects together in regards to what I've said about 2037 and 2038. Okay, it has all been planned out for many, many thousands of years. And Thoth was the man who was able to discover this entire plan and put it through the enigma that is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay, it's already been charted out, and it was all based in codes. And so John Van Alken is one of those guys. He's part of the ARE, the Edgar Cayce Society, and he's one of the most profound, phenomenal presenters I've seen. And he's very, very renowned in that way. But I just really liked him because I was only aware of John Van Alken after I shared the information about 2037. So then another friend of mine emailed me and told me about John Van Alken and that he's saying basically the same thing. And I looked into his research, and it is incredible. Okay, so nothing is through randomized chaos in that way, right? The aspect of a solar flash, I don't know what the agendas are. Maybe it could be pertaining to the idea of an old elitist agenda in that way. But nonetheless, that's not what's happening. It's all basically creating a particular state of fear, right? So there's a lot of people that have ideas about what's happening. It's not to say that they're wrong, But again, the timelines are shifting all the time. And if there's a larger momentum in regards to love and bringing this energy together, everything that was once seen in regards to a state of prophecy now becomes obsolete because we're not on that timeline anymore. The timelines are shifting all the time. Okay, so that's what I can share regarding that. Okay, here's one from Nancy Angelwolf, a question for Athena. This will be the last one because we're going to move on to RaYaR here shortly. Athena's question is, can you please tell me the purpose of the extreme hypersensitivity to scent that triggers an intractable migraine episode? She doesn't know what you're talking about, Nancy, sorry to say, because again, she's trying to understand our words. She doesn't speak English, okay? So I will try and simplify this for her a little bit more. For 3 weeks at a time. Okay, so this is a bit of a personal question, Nancy. Again, I don't really want to have personal questions on here. I want you guys to kind of ask questions that are good for the all. But I'm kind of giving the idea. I'm just kind of sending it to her. Oh, okay. She needs to. She would basically give you the same advice as to the other person as well too, right? Is working together with nature. That's what they do when they go into, like, when you actually go into the Delphi, you're seeing forests, you're seeing trees. I've gone into the Delphi. I know exactly what it looks like. And there's trees everywhere. There's nature everywhere. That's what they do to heal. They also have a lot of herbs and concoctions that they create as well too. But she would give you the same response to what I shared with the other person as well too, who is having problems with their autoimmune systems. Okay, it's all this. She says all the same thing. It's all the same. She's very, very confused about how we categorize these different things within our body in this. And she says it's all the same source. It's all the same problems. It's all just you. Again, that is going through a lot of this toxicity, right? You need to detoxify yourself, right? So don't eat food that's not good for you. That's kind of very, very plain with her. She says, don't eat food that doesn't work for you. Don't eat food that's not good for you. Be aware of your artificial sugars and your artificial caffeines and all of that. And so get that out of your diet. Don't eat food that will make your body toxic. And she says, work with your feelings, work with your centers as well too. She says you're denying yourself quite a lot. Okay, Nancy, this is what she's saying. You're denying yourself. You're fighting with yourself. You're in personal conflict with who you are. And this, again, is why the head is getting very, very sore and very stiff and very achy in that way. She says you're not allowing your energies to be regulated. You're not regulating your energies appropriately. You're not working with your spine properly. You're not anchoring yourself in nature properly. And this is why you're getting problems. Right? You need to anchor yourself. You need to start off from the bottom of the spine. She says, go into your Indian traditions, right? Look into the process of Kundalini. This is what's going to help you clear out your spine. Clear your spine as well too. Your spine is an energy column, and it moves throughout the entirety of your body. When that is obstructed, you will have harming upon the head, as she says. She doesn't really understand the idea of intractable migraine episode. She doesn't know what you're talking about. So the whole idea here is just being able to clear out the body. Make sure the organs are in good shape. Make sure you're getting your vitality back, but go into the forest. The trees will know how to heal you. They will know how to repair you from this. You got to get all of this old debris out. You have too many obstructions here in many of the gateways between the organs, between your bodily systems. So she's trying to explain to me through her own perspective about how this is done in that way, but she doesn't know what you're talking about with intractable migraine episode. She says those are just fancy words. She doesn't know what you're talking about, but it's just the idea that your head, the brain, energies, the aspect of appropriate nutrients within the brain aren't there, and your body is starving for proper nutrition, proper nutrients, but it's also starving to be clear of all these emotional obstructions that you have as well too. So go out into nature, work with your spine, work with your organs, clear them out, work with your emotional states as well too. You're very, very jumbled up. You're like a ball of yarn, okay? Clear a lot of that out. And this is, again, advice for anybody else as well too. Science will want to label and compartmentalize all of these particular conditions for you. And guys, that's completely useless, okay? It does not matter. You say, oh, Brad, I have a headache, I have a migraine, I have diabetes, I have this, I have that. It's all of these little compartmentalized aspects of, I guess you could say, toxins, debris, and ailments that we go through. Guys, it's all connected. It's all connected to each other. Science wants to put things in little boxes and say, well, this person has this, and then that person has that, and this person has this thing. And they put it into these little compartments to give it the appearance like everything is separate from each other. It's not. Okay? Everything that you have within your body that may be an ailment is connected to something else. Okay? We're a web of connectivity. So you do not have separate things pertaining to different ailments within your body. That's one of the greatest distortions there is. This is why science really is very, very stupid at this particular time, because it's not including consciousness in its framework. Okay, if we're basically just looking at logical, rational science, you guys have heard me before saying the intellectual mind is the stupidest mind of yourself. It's stupid. It is dumb. So when you start working together with true spiritual science, when you're working together with your own body, you see a web of connectivity, you see what is impaired. And again, as you work together with a certain area of the body, that will affect another area of the body. Okay, so you want to work together in seeing your body as a whole, not the sum of its parts. Okay, and that's exactly what medical science does quite commonly, to basically get people more and more confused. Oh, my blood pressure's off, or I have high blood sugar, or I have diabetes, or I have this problem here with my spine, or I have this headache, and blah, blah, blah. And we just see them as separate things. That's what's going to confuse you guys. Don't see them as separate things. See it as a web. Okay, there's a part of the web here that's a little bit in the red. Then I'm going to go ahead and clear it all together, and everything is going to be affected. As I clear a certain area of my body, there are going to be other components within my body connected to this web that are going to see improvement as well too, right? We got to get off this separate compartmentalized thinking, because it's amateurish and it's very, very archaic. It's like seeing a medical system developed by Neanderthals, right? So when you start to see your entire body as a web interface, seeing how everything connects together with yourself, you are therefore guided to bring healing into certain areas, and those certain areas will work with other areas as well too. The web now starts to become clear again. So again, that's what I can share with that, and Athena is very much in agreement with this. It says you have to see your body in connectivity and in connection to itself as a web. Do not see it separate. Do not see it as these drawers, these separate shelves in that way. It's not how your body works. That is not how your body was built. Okay, so we have to look into that. So again, Athena, I want to thank you so much for being here today. Much love to you. I'll speak to you again. She's just kind of bowing out. Thank you very much. Okay, so again, thank you everybody for tuning into that connection with Athena. We are now going to move on to RaYaR. I'm going to bring RaYaR here in just a minute. I know there's, again, a lot of questions that I can't always get to because we're only doing this for about an hour or so today. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and connect with RaYaR right now, and RaYaR is just going to be doing a language of light transmission. I have no idea what to expect. It's always the same with RaYaR. So I'll bring her through, and we'll start off with a language of light transmission. So what I can ask you guys to do is just tap into RaYaR's energy as she comes through. It's kind of like feel the words that are coming through me, that is coming through her, and tap into her in that way. She's a very, very deeply loving feminine energy. When she comes through. Adronis is very much more of the strong masculine. She is much more of the soft, loving feminine energy. Okay, so I will take a moment to bring RaYaR in, and then we'll start with the language of light transmission. Here we go. Beloveds, We thank you once again for this transmission in this moment of your time. We ask all of you now to open your hearts as brightly as you can. Let anything pertaining to the aspect of obstruction, pertaining to doubt or disbelief, or anything pertaining to your personal beliefs, let them be pushed aside, and simply listening to the sound transmission that we shall convey that is termed as language of light. We will therefore give you appropriate instructions during this attunement that will assist you in further increased functioning of being. The first level of instruction that we shall share with you is to placing your hands directly upon your navel, approximately 1 inch below the belly button. You can either place your right hand or your left hand just below the belly button, approximately 1 inch below. And focus and concentrate on that area as we will deliver the first song. Allow yourselves now to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We ask you nextly to place your right arm upon your left shoulder and your left arm upon your right shoulder in this fashion. For this will be a cross-connecting circuit transmission that we shall perform next, increasing the effectiveness of your nervous system and biological energies contained within the common organs within your body. And finally, for the third level, we ask you to place one hand upon the top of your head in the area of the crown. Either your right or left hand is acceptable. One moment as we attune for the finality of this level. We ask you now to shake your hands loose, to rotate your shoulders, and finally to move your head very slowly to your right, coming back very slowly to center, moving your head very slowly to the left, return to center, and moving your head very slowly upwards, moving your eyeballs upwards as well, looking upwards as high as you can. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. And return back into neutral posture. I am RaYaR, singer of Sirius Light, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for this language of light transmission, as it is termed. We will now leave you, and we bid you farewell for now. All right, thank you very much, RaYaR. Thank you very much. Oh, that is always exercising my throat when I'm bringing her through, so that feels wonderful. I feel like the very core of my being right now is vibrating in a beautiful resonance. So again, I hope that has been helpful for you guys as well too. Feel free to just go back into the recording and you can listen to it again as many times as you need to, and hopefully that generates a good positive transformational algorithm for you to bring healing as it needs to be brought in. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Someone says, I don't quite understand the RaYaR part, to be honest. You have to look into language of light transmission, okay? So what I suggest you do is look up Google, look up on YouTube, look at language of light transmission. The power of sound is truly what we're made of. For us to actually have light in this entire universe is due to sound. It is due to sound and it is due to water, okay? So you're bringing in the levels of sound within yourself. And there may be some people who look at this and say, what is RaYaR doing? What's Brad doing? What's going on with all this singing and this weird tones and stuff like that? Again, that's the dumb intellectual mind, no offense. But again, you want to look into this and you want to listen to this in your heart. This is why I say when you guys are first tuning in, open up your hearts, brighten yourself up. Don't try to rationalize this. Rationality is too stupid, okay? Listen to this, work with your feelings, your intuition, your love energy. That's what's going to help you to acknowledge and to listen and to bring in everything pertaining to knowledge and wisdom throughout the universe. That's what you have to use. That's your true intelligence. All right? So please remember that. Thank you, guys, and I will speak to you again next week. I'll be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific for New Earth Teachings webcast, where, again, we'll be doing some distant healing work, and we'll also be bringing in Adronis for Q&A as well, too. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you again next week. Take care.